Hi guys, Mr. Jaeger here, and we're back on our little old mindful raid. In the last episode, we did a bunch of things. We were able to punch a hole straight to the north, clearing out a large area. Made a mistake in attacking the bone pickers and the Marrowlot, because I sent all of my tanks and armored personnel carriers up there to this location, when really I should have. There we go. Where really I should have sent the infantry. But unfortunately, that's neither here or there. And what makes matters worse is the area that I'm hoping to push up north to, not great on supplies. The infrastructure around here is absolute garbo, which is not very useful. Though I'm glad I actually left my Reno capital there, because it's been proving quite useful. Going south, however, will probably be more of a problem, but that's going to have to be for another time to worry about. So we're presented with a bit of an interesting predicament. We technically cannot fight against those dudes, not especially since they'll probably whoop our asses a little bit. But the Brotherhood of Steel, the Brotherhood, Washington Brotherhood, is in fact training up its forces. So could be a thing, though. If we just get fix the broken coast, that's fine. We've gotten that. Combat, propaganda, Operation Brutus. Right. We will probably... You know, I think I might go for this option, actually. Rather than having this. 40 days, at least, is fine. It'll give us a chance to build up whatever kind of up tier as well. Because at the moment, I'm just zerging as much as I can to try and build as much of an infrastructure around this point. If we can declare war on the Washington Brotherhood, Bellingham. Oh! That actually kind of benefits me. I'm not gonna lie. If they go to war with Bellingham, this could prove useful. Bellingham will be able to withstand them because, well, let's face it, Bellingham is quite an arsehole nation to take care of. So, that'll do quite good. Also, it'll draw their attention away from that point. So if they do decide to go to war, gives us an opportunity to do some real damage. More to the point, though, it gives us this. Our supplies are doing okay. We are slowly but surely removing the thing, but unfortunately we do need to start. What do I have in the next war game? Oh yeah, there, yeah, okay. But yeah, so I did actually go for the decision before recording to upgrade to have the option to go to war with them, but then unfortunately I realised the previous thing I had to restart the game because the game was starting to cause problems, like in terms of UI, and that's when the game is starting to fail a bit. So I'm like, you know what, it's fine, let's not do that. Okay, so unfortunately for us, we have to deal with a more prepared Brotherhood, which is a bit of a shame, but that's okay. Gives us a chance to hopefully build up some reserves. The Warren is at least better. Broken Top, a little better. Diamond Peak, better. Ballistic Fighters. Hopefully this also makes my troopers a little better, in theory. SF kit. I don't know if this is actually going to benefit my troops or not. Like, no, I'm not talking about... but they are considered to be special forces. Especially the power infantry. Wait, what? Oh, wait, they've changed. Or can I just recruit more of them? I can just recruit more of them. That's fine. You want with you? That's not a bad shout. Let's recruit more troops, shall we? We'll start training a new army in the south so we can prepare for the war against Caesar's Legion. All the divisions we have there. Plus, I want to have some members of the new Enclave army. I will actually start to begin giving some of these dudes a bit of maybe I should give the motorized division some things. So maybe just have a bunch of motorized infantry. There we go. We'll give these guys the sort of shock level. So, question, in terms of speed, will that reduce their speed? No, that won't. Ah, good. That's good to see. Chems, yeah, that's fine. Logistics means you won't... Your piercing goes down a bit, but that's why I'm going to be researching reconnaissance, so your stuff are good. Your soft attack will be great. Maintenance. It'll increase your hit points. Your recovery rate will go down a bit, but your organization and also will go down. But you will be a lot more reliable, which is the important thing. And then, of course, anti-tank will be much better. How much in terms of hard attack will you go? You're actually up quite a bit as well, so definitely a good shout. Right. Do I have any motorized divisions? I'm fairly certain I don't have any motorized divisions. No, I don't. Right. Anti-tank rifles. Let's start producing these. Let's also get some Granatwerfers out on the field. Unfortunately, we need more of these. God damn it! I swear to God, composite materials is going to become the new oil of this world. Yeah, composite materials. Ah. And the annoying thing is, I could actually reduce a load of what I need by 25%, but because I can't go to limited exports unless I have, I mean, choose one. Closed economy would be the most amazing. But no, unfortunately, we're wasting 50% of our resources. Right. This is probably going to cost me fuckloads more. Yep, there you go. There's the other problem. Right, what do we get to do with this? We get the choice between cyclic fire or burst fire. Ooh, that's a very tough one. Now, you'd think cyclic fire would be more effective for hard, because that looks like an armor piercing, and that would be high explosive. Well, we've got the anti-tank capacity of that. And once we get gun ports, which is that, and of course that happens, let's start increasing our anti-tank capacity. And let us go back to construction engineering. Right, now we have the option of invading that. All these guys are now... Oh! Hello. You're going to regret going to war with Bellingham in a second, because you're going to get a little tiny bit of... How much does this suck? How much does this suck? How much does this suck? Right now for you, dear. Oh, and they're gone. Gone. They're moving. Right. They're holding that. That's fine. You guys cancel that and begin to help out that. You boys, make a push. Right. Your job. You don't need to go there. You stabilize that front line. Zerg across that front line and start pushing outwards. We need to start making a massive push towards the front lines. This is a rare opportunity. The enemy are that dumb. Push across! Go! This is a rare opportunity to counteract some of the shit they've got. This is possibly the best thing I've ever seen. Come on. Right, hold the line, hold the line, hold the line. And... just a tiny bit further. We just need a tiny bit further. Come on. Come on. The infantry will get to you beforehand. Yeah, there we go. Spread out. Spread your wings. Yeah, sure. Non-aggression pact? Yeah. Don't worry, we'll give you a hand. Ooh. La Gentle de Sol. These guys are actually making quite a big impact. And I'm kind of impressed. Though, with Gentle de Sol, oh, they're fucked. Yeah, they're fucked. These dudes are probably the most... like, they're the most legible threat against us after Caesar's Legion. And the Northern League is completely wasted. They've got 64 divisions, but they spent most of their time fighting up in the north. And we're now taking up a load of their territory. Right, push and push. Oh, yeah. And our flanks are in fact worrisome, but the thing is, we're about to attack this whole thing. They're not going to be able to defend themselves. There is a ooh, bugger. Fortunately, our things are there as well. Sorry about the whole flickering screen thing. Like that. Well, that needs to be updated at some point, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world. You're getting left behind as well. I feel kind of bad. But you did take sufficient casualties in the previous operation, so that's fine. If we can take over the Moor and force the Portmore forces to surrender, that will be fantastic in terms of a victory. Right, we're doing this pretty damn good. We've already reached their... Oh my god, this is brilliant. Right, can you try? Apologies for this flickering of the screen. It is immensely irritating. Another war goal against the people you're at war with. Congratulations, you have done the most thing. Right, you attempt that and watch that front line. Right, we've defeated a large portion of their forces, and better still, their forces are beginning to suffer that stuff. We're doing alright on the left flank, which is nice. They could have outflanked us, but at the moment they're not. I don't know why this unit... I kind of wish I could change the unit thing. I can't change it though, which is irritating. I have nothing. I can't even use other stuff. There's, for some reason, just no icon for that, which is irritating to say the least. Right, let's try and get over to the Moor, though. If we can get to the Moor... okay, never mind. Withdraw. I see. Let's get through those two territories, I'll be fine. Right, withdraw. The draw. You guys go up north and try and take care of that problem. How are these guys doing? They're not doing great, are they? And it looks like the south is now... Well, Central America is more or less 100% under the control of those Mexicans, which is concerning. I'll be honest with you. I would be a liar if I said... that the Mexicans didn't concern me in some form or fashion. You're pushing up, that's good. Right, I've got a job for you. Make your way up to the top. And then these guys can hopefully start making the push. We'll hopefully be able to start counter-attacking soon. It's a shame. I kind of hoped we could have Capitol Hill under our control. But if Bellingham's going to take it, might as well give them the satisfaction of dealing with that. I mean, they got declared war on, so it's only fair. Right. Cancel your attacks, at least, in that small regard. Boy. Right, well, your job is going to be to push up towards this location. Your job will be to also push up to that location. He's withdrawn. Right, how are you doing? The Moor is almost secure, which is fantastic. How do we get across there? Just that location. That's perfect. Right, you can delete that little thing, and you boys can reunite with your army. Actually, you guys could probably actually also set up over there as well. And in a second, the Moor will fall, and hopefully in that regard, we'll force them to surrender, which will be very, very useful. Right, okay. Up in the north, you are going to be pushing towards... Well, I'm going to... Your objective will be Capitol Hill. Towards this location. But I have no idea as to whether this will be a good idea or not. We've got some divisions holding from there. That's fine. Right. Your job will be to push here. And to stop any kind of attack. So you begin your push, you begin your push, and you begin your push. Go! Pinky will also start to push towards this location here. And push. Right. You boys push towards here. Force them back. That's the first time I've seen this in the entire campaign. And Portmore has died already. What a surprise. Right. Your job will now be to watch this flank. Your job will now be to do this flank. Go. Your job will be to push here. Your job will be to push here. Go, go. Right, here we go. It's a bit of a clusterfuck, but I think this campaign is a good testament of how that shit can work. Right, you just clear that out so you don't have to worry about that division. Now the job is quite simply to try and zerg our way up towards Capitol Hill. If we can stop, if our troops can get to Capitol Hill first, that'll be awesome. But I'm not too fast. This has been a really beneficial war. When I say beneficial, I mean it's been we've been very fortunate in this war. Like, the opportunity to strike has come. Alright, lifting gap, reliability, or range. We'll go with range. Because we could have, like, the Brotherhood, these guys are the Washington Brotherhood. Now, I've not faced them in combat before, but they are quite a formidable foe. Lost 14k, I've lost 483. Oh, they're screwed. Yeah, there you go. Reinforcements have merged together. Bellingham is winning. These guys are falling, and I have no need to do anything fancy. The army's falling apart at this point. They've got no hope of winning. I'll let our forces kind of overwhelm them a little. We could do with the resources. I'm looking forward to getting the resources from this location, and especially since we can also then start the infrastructure bend. And it will be the first time we've captured Seattle, which will be very, very beneficial. Lovely. Ooh, hello, Victoria. That's a nice country you've got there with a load of composite materials. I notice you have quite a few of those. I'll power drop the boys. I'll power drop the boys and it'll be fine. Well, in... Oh, wow. I had a kind of feeling that they would do that, but I didn't realize they were that desperate. Oh my god. Watch them just get omnommed. Yep. No chance. Jeez. It's going to be a massive triple threat. We've got Caesar's Legion, United States, and Ejército Mexicano. Alright, well let's... Again, would have loved it if I had already been to this point in previous episodes, but eh. Right, well Seattle is falling, which is good. Now, whether or not I'm going to be able to beat these guys is another matter. I mean, we're losing a bit more troops, but they're about to surrender. We may not even need to take Capitol Hill, which is a shame, because I kind of wanted to take Capitol Hill. Oh, we're zerging through at this point. Okay, yeah, no, they're gone. Didn't even get to take Capitol Hill. I'm so sorry. Anyway, and turn... Oh, you pricks! Okay, I'm taking all the territory I can, but you're... Yeah. Looks like Bellingham is gonna get killed otherwise. Is that Bellingham? Wait, is that mine or theirs? No, that's mine. Good, good. I've got a lot of these things to deal with. Was gonna say, if they honestly tried that shit, I would have declared war on them without even blinking. I wish I didn't have to do this, but eh. Right, okay. Well, the good news is at least we've been able to do that now, which is beneficial. Whether or not this is going to prove to be quite the beneficial thing. Blech. Whether or not this is going to prove to be the winning factor is no idea. 5 units left, 200 strength. Can I... Right, well the big thing though, now is that we've secured this area, we can actually... Where is it? Bloomfield Space Center... Gila. Where is Gila? Southwest Arizona. I'm not saying we should launch a rocket into the sky, but we should run. Right, where's Dealer? Right, if memory serves correctly, Arizona is like kind of center of America. This is where my geography is so great. 3 roads, Flagstaff, Gila, Arizona. God, I'm terrible with it. Oh God. I have to be like this, just up and down, up and down, up and down. Right, well, I'm going to assume somewhere I can do these things, which is fine. Right, well, we won't worry too much about that. Where's the road I wanted? Ah, there it is. Starlight Express. Right, so this is going to be beneficial because we're going to instantly gain 2 infrastructure. Instantly. Which is lovely. Right, okay, so we got Caesar's Legion in the north as well, which is a pretty big area. But the good news is not a lot of this area is crossable. Right. Right, we've got plains a lot. And then unfortunately it goes into that. Right, northern dudes, I think we should put in the north perhaps. As much as it would be nice to have the dudes fight in the south, there's a lot of infantry here, and they will do far better. And the army theatre, these dudes should head south, because there's a shitload of more flat terrain, albeit desert. It's a lot simpler. And these will also be very beneficial. Right, you boys make your way down south, because I think your supply... You also need fuckloads more supplies than we need. Right. You guys make your way towards that. Also, we can get the nods as well, which will improve our night attack, which will give us an advantage over certain groups. Right, we're doing what we can. What can I do with you? Organization first, recovery. Nah, we'll do that one. Oh, we can do 2. Organization first or division recovery rate. I like division recovery rate more than organization first because the reinforcement rate, yeah, gone. So yeah, now all that's left is of Central America is just Mexicano. I'm just gonna call Mexico because it is Mexico. That is a modern Mexico. He says modern. You got a faction with other nations, lone trees. Yeah, Caesar's Legion is pretty much all over the place. There's a lot of potential problems there. The old country, pharaohs, lone trees. There's a lot of people there. But the big one is now... Well, the first of the big targets are gone. So now we have to prepare for the next big war. Which is going to cost us quite a significant amount of problems. Question. We've got 25 days till Raketenwerfer. Right. This is my infantry, so I will probably have training 3 more of you dudes down here. Yeah, I think I'm probably about here-ish. Probably around Shady Sands. Ah, too late. Right, well, shit. Right, well, I'll transfer a couple of these infantry divisions. Let's see, 26, You guys are going to form into a new army. You guys... Ah, cool. I don't have to transfer all of you dudes. But when we get the other dudes set up, we can do whatever. We'll be fine, I'm sure. Okay, Northern. We're going to have to rename these theatres as well. So, Northern... Army Group North. Right. And Army Group Center/South. Okay. There we go. That's better. Right, so Army Group North, you're combining of 3 dudes, which is not going to quite be enough, so we are going to train up... Oh, we can actually train a bit more, I think. We'll train up... Right, those 3 divisions will go north and help these dudes. Right, how are you doing? Absolutely terrible, so let's get rid of that. Right, bog standard infantry. What do we need now? We could do something which does improve a lot of our attack. Does remove our... It does give us a chance to do much better in combat, though. It will cause us a little of a problem. Mountains... I mean, I don't mind slower movement. Which gives me a better chance. This is a much better quality, so we will apply this, which is going to rip my explosives deal to asunder in terms of production, but that's fine. Right, you. I want you in the center. I don't want to have you to worry about that stuff. Right, your objective will be to fight your way towards this location. The same thing for you. You guys are pretty... You're the big dudes, so that's fine. So your job, again, same deal. Fighting that way. You guys will also fight towards this location. Right. Let's also train some new... Sure. Kind of confused, but okay. I'd like to get more power armor troops, to be honest with you. Maybe if I cancel a few of these dudes, I can perhaps get these dudes again. 6 divisions will do, because then I can put the 3 divisions into those dudes, and then the rest of them will go into there. You guys chill there, We have a lot of stuff to fix here. we have many things to fix here. Holy shit. But then again, we're going to instantly get 2 of that, which is going to be lovely. And hopefully we'll be benefiting a little bit of that, which is nice, I suppose. Oh, I'd like that as well. Scarlet Express, and we get some Raketenwerfer. How lovely. Right, I don't think there's anything else we can really do at this point. So once again, we're back to constructing. Yeah! Right, so you are out of touch. You need to go that way. And making as much as we can for explosive anti-tank. And we will need to improve vital point targeting, which is fine. Right. Oh, great, they got ghouls in their army. Lovely. Right, your job... Yeah, you're over there, good. Right, so now I can technically declare war on the south, well, the north. 50,000. Right, let's train some bog standard infantry, shall we? Because we have the option to have another army, and I think I will take the opportunity to have another army. Over here, we will recruit 20 divisions. 21, yeah, 21 divisions. Right, 21 divisions will be trained up here. So we'll have 4 armies in the north and 4 armies in the south. So that way we begin our major push. Once we've done that, we can hopefully gain a serious edge over the Caesar's Legion, giving us the ability to do so quite well. So army group center/south. You need to rank up? Nope. How about you? No, you can't rank up. You? Nope. No need to rank up. You? No need to rank up. Okay. This is mostly an infantry-based army anyway. Question is, where do we push? There's a lot of areas in the south that will be pretty beneficial for us to... Right, well, you 2 can go back into that army. This is all mechanized. You could go north, actually, to be honest with you. And you're quite far in the north anyway. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. You guys can go in the north. There we go. Those 2 dudes will now have jobs in the south and north. Right. New Enclave armies. We could do some motorized divisions. Question, is it worth training? Yeah, it's worth training them. Right. Over in the south, we will set up a new army to deal with that. Ideally, I think we should set the tanks over on Hoover Dam to push through, and then we can break out that way. In the south, I think in Salton City, we need to have about 24 dudes as well. The game's just like, no! How are we doing on supplies? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Right, okay, well the Panzergruppe, which could do with more tanks. Let's say here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. Okay, yeah, I suppose we need to I think we probably need to deploy them. Right, Panzer, you will deploy over at the Hoover Dam and begin to prepare to make your major push. Right, I am thinking a good place to attack, two at least, to start with, is probably around here. Mostly combing the area, area around here. You are a mixture of both experienced and non-experienced Panzer Corps, but that's fine. Technically you should be able to do both, but okay, I guess not. You'll be able to push over to there and be able to start your... where's that line ending? There, so... push down towards there-ish, I suppose. We're getting more troops though, don't worry. Right, bog standard infantry. I want you to be here. And I want you to be here. Your job will be... Right, your job will be to assist the push here to be able to help conquer this point. So we've got a lot of deals to deal with. A lot of deals to deal with. Ugh, English language. If I could speak it, I would be so good. Anything else we need? You know, we might as well get the options to do that. So these guys are going to move up and set up, and then once we have the 4th Army, we'll have the 4th Army basically scatter itself around here, but then we can reunite it under one banner, which will hopefully then make the whole advance a lot easier. Bearing in mind Caesar's Legion does have over 288 troops, which is big. Quite big, in fact. Yeah, there's still a significant amount of stuff I need to build, which is important. We'll try and build some naval bases. There we go. We can build some naval bases to make landing troops here safer and easier. That would be appreciated. How goes training going? There's lots of shit training, but this is the one benefit of having fuckloads of troops to train. Is, alright. What's the time? Oh, it was only half an hour. Dang. We've done pretty well so far. Let's also save. And who knows, maybe once we've recruited all of these troops, we might be able to absorb the Desert Rangers into our ranks, thus giving us the ability to do something. Panzerkampfwagen. Kind of fancy, where is it? Panzerlied. Somewhere around... There it is! It works. Or is this one better? There we go. That's a little better. It's not quite the version I like. Oh, it's the Schwarzschmiede lead. No! Yay! I still need to think about building those buddy planes. These I've researched all the aircraft, but the issue is I can't quite get I have so much shit. Still so much shit to build. We will probably do this though. Just so we can get the ports set up. Getting these ports all set up will be very useful. Nice. because then we can get the supplies over to our troops here as much as possible. That is still... Yeah, I just realised all of these can become supply depots. I know this is probably sounds silly, but in a sense of lore, this would make sense, right? Also, we have so much dudes. It's brilliant. We're building so well. I just need a little more resources. Right. Ooh, hello. Rebuilding the Pacific Northwest. Oh, brilliant. Let's turn down that a bit. Russian Jaeger lead. Mr. President, the engineers at the Hanford reactor site have reported ghoul squatters who refuse to leave. The ghouls claim they've maintained the plant since the Great War and demand compensation for repairing the facility. We could force them out. They could damage the plant on the way out, and resistance may and their resistance. What we should do: give them some plasma grenades, nice, or available cosmetic tool. Give them stock in the new energy company. Yes! Oh, that's brilliant. Reclaiming Seattle. We've heard that the Washington Brotherhood worships a dark foundry, but as we dig them out of the ruins of Seattle, it appears the truth is more prosaic? A Zax supercomputer survived the war and has been advising the Washington Brotherhood in exchange for resources. Hard to imagine that anyone would be dumb enough to follow his supercomputer, but it picked up a great deal of knowledge and advice about the wasteland. Mad AI or another Mad AI pull plug or electronics. Well, we've already got that one, so I'll have the resources, thank you. Dredging Portland's harbour. The pirates of the Moor. With the destruction of the Moor, we need to decide what to do with the pirates who made it home. We could scatter them through the wastes, but some of the pirates claim they were engaging in aggressive commerce given the lack of protection for shipping in the region. Imprison the leadership, or do whatever, or use them to merchant machine. Yeah, okay. I'll take that. North to Alaska. The men and women who missed the end of the world stumbled out of their suspended animation pods. What? What is this? Who missed the end of the world stumbled out of their suspended animation pods looking at the oddly short men and women who handed them blankets and a soup that tasted almost like chicken. Don't worry, said one of the nurses. It's been a while, but on behalf of the Enclave, let me assure you that the Star-Spangled Banner yet waves over the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ah, you honestly didn't miss much. Oh my god! Original troops! And these guys are pretty hench. Yeah, no, we'll send them to the north. These guys could do quite well. What exactly are these guys made out of? Power armor units. Can I make any adjustments? I can. Brilliant. Oh, we're going to give them reconnaissance because that needs it to be done. Logistics because they need to survive. Chems because I don't want them to die. Power armor support because reasons. Fire teams. They'll lose a lot of stuff, so probably not. Maintenance just because I got power armor dudes. Special forces limit. That's not fair. What can I change at all? Can I give them anything? Right, okay, that's good. Logistics? Okay, that's good. Maintenance? Change, yep. So that would cause problems, but everything else is fine. Okay. Maintenance, because for some reason these guys don't count. Demo. Yep. And anti-tank. Boom. Right. Right, you boys. Is that it? Is that all? Right, you guys get yourselves reacquainted and readjusted with the supplies. Instantly gained that. Love it. Right, you boys make your way to the north and prepare to do deal with whatever's over there. Troop recruitment is doing pretty well so far. I can't say too much if stuff is going wrong, but that's fine. We are now slightly larger than the other factions, which is good. Right. So we've got in the north all these dudes. 20. Apparently you've ranked up somewhere, somehow. Oh, sweet. Vital point targeting. Lovely. Raketenwerfer. Brilliant. And now we get to have the soft attack option, which is very nice. Which will hopefully actually apply to all of our soft troops. Right. You... I think we'll put a lot of you, actually, in the... this dude. And then we'll put the second inside this one. Just there you go. So that we've got something. And then at least that way we can build up our reserves and try and get them ready to go. There we go. So we've done pretty darn well at the moment. December 7th, 2291. A date that will live in infamy as a date that nothing happened because it's been quite a while since Pearl Harbor. Right, in the south, how goes things? You're getting ready, you're getting ready, you're getting ready. Once we get the motorized division up, we'll be able to start getting the troops ready to go. And a lot of troops are going to be ready to go instantly. And hopefully by this point we'll be able to absorb the Desert Rangers. Because once we get Desert Rangers in form, that'll be it. We'll get everything sorted. Gotta connect to... Oh, sweet! I have to do this on all of them. Is there not a button that allows me to do this instantly? I would like to do this properly. Oh boy. This is probably going to be something I'll have to do a little bit later on. Just so that way we don't have to do this with you guys watching, because this will take a while. Okay. Well, at least we've got the ability to do that. I will definitely do that once I've finished recording and spend what's left of the time we have this evening to try and get that sorted, because that will be quite important. And in terms of supplies, how are we going with this? Well, we got ports now, which is good. And once we start getting our supplies into there, we just need to improve the infrastructure around here, which is fine. Also, I probably should start building more civilian factories. Even though that's probably going to mean that we're never going to be able to reduce our supply depots or whatever. Oh god. There we go. Right. Production, how are we doing? We're finally in a position where I think we're beginning to start... Yeah, there we go. We're minus a little bit, but that's fine. Right. Massive infantry division. You. Nope, wrong one. Sorry, put you in the wrong minute. Right, you. Under him. New commanding officer. I would have you under Edward Bowie. Oh, Edward Bowie or Bowie? Bowie, probably. You are... the special dudes, aren't you? Yes. You're already trained up, though. 9+, holy shit. We can train more power armor infantry, which is good. I think I will probably start training a few of these dudes. Right, in the north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 11 troops will be fine. Right, I think we should probably have some extra units of power armor infantry in the south. The new units here, we'll train them up. Remaining divisions will go there. Build them up. Stability. No, we need another 1,000 manpower because reasons. Right, Army Group South needs a new army. And we'll have Frederick van Bowen. He's an old dude, but that's fine. Ah, we need a new commander officer here as well. You, under him. You, under him. Yeah, okay, 4 dudes. New army. We need a new commander. No, I want an actual... There we go. Right, new commander. There we go. You'll be him. And I'm replacing you with him because that will be really good. Yeah, that's perfect. I will assign you a slightly strange colour palette. Really purple. With a jabbing fork. Because you're infantry, so you jab people. You'll also be in charge of a shitload of power armoured infantry. And I can apparently train some Alaskan regiments, though, truth be told. They're alright, probably, but I think we've okay, in comparison to the new Enclave army, which I can apparently train. Oh, I can't change it. 266 versus new Enclave army. They are actually better. But that said, it's because I haven't added a few things like maintenance or demolitions, which I think I should. Boop. And question: can I change anything? No, of course not. Okay. Enclave regulars. New Enclave army. What else can you got? Anti-tank and maintenance. Anti-tank. That's it. That would be good. Our supply depots are going to be completely chock-a-block, but that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll finish recruiting for now, and then once we get that shit sorted, I'll make 10 divisions of you. Because you need 10 more divisions of shit. Purification stations, that'll probably be useful at some point. These troops are apparently a little bit rookie. Right. I'm a group north. Where are you? New troops. Right. Well, I'll train you boys. Train for some reason. And I guess I'll make a new commanding officer for the south. Yo. Raketenwerfer. Right, how goes our equipment stuff? Starting to hit a little bit high on the whole needing shit thing, but that's fine. Once we get into combat, of course, it's going to be a little harder, but that's okay. Power armor units also need to start improving the supply flow. But that's alright. We don't need them that bad. Right. Missile launchers are all good, which is great. Infantry, weapons, and equipment. Right, I need you to start like that. Right, you three. No, we'll try and some Enclave regulars. No, it wasn't Enclave. New Enclave army. What can we retrain? Oh, we can train these dudes perfectly. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, dump. Right, you boys will join up with that other dude, which should be fine. Combat blimp, air assault ship. Good. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll build up our reserves of troops. And then, right, you and you jump into that. Old guard will go into this. And I want you guys to train a little bit just so that way you're ready to go. How are you guys doing? You're all trained up and good. Fantastic. Right. I wish I was in the north. For a second I was like, why am I not guarding the north? And I'm like, because I don't have any things there. Right. Waiting for his ill. It's a bit of a shame.
That's a no one.
Right, I need you to deploy to the south. Yeah, and the south should be fine. You stay there. You... I'm going to train and give yourself a new divisional icon. Army... And I'm going to go pink. There we go. So you will basically go south and deal with that problem. You boys are now training and have now recovered from your training, so you can stop training now. Hey, sweet. We've done a fair amount of stuff here, which is good. A question, how are you doing in Mexicano? 307, 288. Alright. Okay, old country. What kind of shit do you have? You have 56, 45, 59, 51, 33. Okay, so we've got some troops. Where is that stuff being made? Oh, brilliant. The Panzer Infantry are being made. And when are you guys being produced? 22nd of June. I'll quickly change the construction engineering thing to army training, just so we have those panzer tanks set up a little bit. It's going to be now May. That's perfect. At least you guys will be set up and ready, and then the more troops we deploy, the more shit we have. Not entirely sure how that works in terms of logic, but sure. I feel this is slightly broken, but that's besides the point. Shh, don't mention it. It's fine. Our armies will just, well, we'll do quite well. Right, patriotic movie. Yep, we'll do that. Want to improve my stability as much as anything, and get their mobilization speed set up so we have all the troops we need. Right, Panzerkampfgruppe. You will join up with those dudes. Ah, stealth boys. Perfect. Right, you've done that, so we're going to get those going. So soft attack is going to be better, and that's going to be lovely. I've kind of wondered what those were. Naval... Feel free to start doing well pumps. Hopefully we can start making some real... Well, unfortunately, we're still building as much as we can. And a lot of this shit is... At least we're building all faster shit. Perfect. So, at least in some regards we're building. Right. You are all motorized. Ah, yes, I've got to set you up. Right, cool. So, I want you, and you. I want you to charge here. I want you, and you. I want you to watch this flank. And the remaining 8 dudes, I want you to watch there. And then what I want you all to do is to make your way towards this. And I'll make it blatantly green with a horrible colour. You'll be the K. Right, so you'll be the fast dudes. See, why can't I have that? That's motorized. I'm depressed. We're building our troops up. That's perfect. Could do with a blimp. Be nice, wouldn't it? The problem is all the good shit requires composite materials, so I can't even start building on Air Force. And how many planes do you have? You have a fair amount, but nothing substantial. It's going to feel weird winning this war against Caesar's Legion, because at this point I'm fairly confident that I'm probably overcompensating for an army. But, Not too long now before the war, well, before the episode ends, which is a bit of a shame, but I think it'd be kind of nice, because then once we get this shit sorted... Vault 6, jeez. Yeah, this dude is gonna get licked in terms of comp... Oh, hello. You're kind of a new dude as well. What's going on with these dudes? Some training. Right, Army Group North. You are gonna get some fucking good infantry. I'm gonna say that in a second.
That's a no one.
Yeah, once you guys rendezvous with them... Right, I'm gonna reassign you a different colour. I will reassign you to orange. Bright orange. Very bright orange. And you will have an icon for that as a drill to drill you guys into shape. I don't know. Right, question. Power armor units. You. I'll have you focus up on the north. You guys can probably do quite well. I don't know if we're overkilling it at this point, but how many troops do we have now? Fairly convinced. Yeah, 204. Oh boy. I'm pretty certain that's still not going to be enough to convince the Rangers on incorporating it. No, 200% or more compared to the Desert Rangers. So we have to have like 200. How many dudes do you have now? Same? 120. So we need 240 in order to go into it. But I'm thinking we're going to get that in a second. Don't tell me why. I just has a sneaky, suspicious feeling.
That's a no one.
Right in the south. Right, we've got you boys all there. That smells really good. Right. Let's go to that. Get some basic foundry stuff. Any more? Any more? Right, okay. Dunk! We can apparently produce more power armor infantry, and I will take upon that opportunity to do that. Because, my god. Wait, we can produce more? Yeah. Ah. Boo. Okay. Right, well, we're finally able to produce that now, which is great. So, we're now going to go back to construction engineering. And the new Enclave army in the north. These dudes are trainees. New special dudes. Okay, 27. So... Oh, it's almost like magic. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. That's slap bang on the target. Right, you're now part of that division. Thermal vision. Brilliant. You've now done all of that. Right, let's now research that. Not that we're going to do anything with them, but still. Who's north? Oh, sorry, who's south? Right, you three. You with those dudes. Perfect. Assault airship, fantastic. And airship defense, that's also fantastic. Okay. So, Purple Army here is going to join up. And I think I should put him probably with these dudes. Having a center army, that said, having some troops down the south probably would help out quite a bit. So yeah, we'll go with that. We'll also relocate the forces to Port Aradesh. Just so that way we're all ready to go. And then these dudes, truth be told, we could actually reevaluate the kind of dudes who watch over. So these guys basically take care of that problem, leaving this entire flank to... non-aggression pact, they don't like us anymore. See, I've got no problem with them, but they don't like me. To be honest with you, I could be dicks and attack them.
Just be like, remember that time, a couple of years ago, you made me look like a fool because I couldn't attack you. Well, shit to be you, bitch!
I'm kind of tempted. I'm kind of tempted. I mean, what do they got? 4961, they're on total mobilization, scraping the barrel, and they can close their economy because they're assholes. 50 to 59. We don't have anything to do, but they are... Well, they do have some dudes. What's your supply of your... What's your resources? Not a lot, to be honest with you. You do have some materials, though, which is pretty important. So if I did attack you, it would be out of a revenge story more than a legitimate reason. But it would avenge an old wound. Fine, you know what, we'll do it. I don't want a potential threat. And also, better still, we could have another position to attack Old Country from. So there are benefits to doing this. It's a bit of a dick move on their part, of course, but... Oh, sorry, my part, of course, but that's fine. We can... I want revenge for... I'd like to have some revenge for that particular war. Also, it's an opportunity for these guys to learn, so I'm not minding too much. This is just a little tiny thing. Sadly, we have to justify on these guys. Previously, we couldn't. Yay! Yeah, sadly, these are a civilization, which means I have no choice but to plan out whatever, but that's fine. Question, can I justify Wukong in the north? Actually, wait, no, hang on. I have an idea. Is there anything that allows me to go north? Not quite on that one. Exchange. Whoever owns Broken Coast. The Broken Coast. So that basically means we can destroy Broken Coast, but that's not what I wanted to have. Okay, so it looks like we've got no choice but to... Right, military access. Let's revoke that, shall we? Cancel their military access. Boom! Right, justify. Cuba. Because Cuba. November 2292. We'll probably wrap this episode up by about that time. Unfortunately, that means the enemy will know we're coming. but it's a good opportunity for these dudes to prepare themselves. And I apparently can train more infantry? Yes, I can. Ooh, nice. Right. Well, we'll make a new army then in the north, just so we can have some extra troops. And then we'll go with that. And that should do quite nicely. So, we've wrapped up a lot of problems in the north. We're about to get some cheap revenge, I'll be honest with you. This is literally just a petty attempt at revenge and a slight grab at any kind of composite material. This war will probably be a bit costly because the enemy forces against us are quite numerous and can potentially build to be quite a threat, but the good news is at least that's something to deal with. In the south, we do have basic well pumps, so the war is now over. Episode series is done. No, so what we've got is a pretty big net invasion plan. In the north, we've got... Oh, sorry, in the south, unfortunate, we have decisions available, apparently. What kind of decisions, I wonder? Also, I probably should save, because, you know, logic. So, right, the future. There we go. So, we have done a pretty I'd say we did a pretty okay job. In terms... Okay, so, here's our plan for the moment. In the south, we've got some more dudes, which I'll probably swap a bunch over and do some other stuff, so it's not quite so apparent. You boys probably could do with... you could actually probably... I wonder. Be kind of useful if all those dudes were here. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that. You boys over to there. No dudes here. Then you dudes take over that plan. So you go here. You, with your slightly untrained divisions, go here. And your job will be to punch a hole through Caesar's Landing towards the edge of North Phoenix. Your job from that location will be to secure the perimeter around Phoenix. And then you boys, your job will be to enforce a more aggressive, because you're quite a quick army, so we can do this. Yeah, that's a plan. That's a roughly good plan. Give you boys a chance to train as well, so it's a bit of a training issue, but that's fine. So what we've got is a primarily tank-focused army in the north who's going to push past Hoover Dam. They're going to try and secure a number of territories towards there. In the center of this, we've got, of course, the classic army led by Mr. Chris Hamilton, which is a bit of a veteran army. He's one of the dudes who's been around for a while, so he's going to do quite well. Then we're going to make a major push on the center towards the southern flanks, mainly with a mix of new and semi-experienced armies. The motorized division will be my ace in the hole, especially in this southern quadrant, because they are going to do quite a large amount of glorious stuff. At least in that regard, we can then begin to completely destroy what hopefully shall be a large percentage of these dudes, which is going to be nice. Then, hopefully, by doing that, we'll be able to start counteracting a lot of the... Hopefully, by this point, we'll gain some early victories in the war against this form of Caesar's Legion. So that way, then, we can ensure a hopeful, strong position against his shitloads of forces. Because don't forget, while we've got shitloads of troops here, and they are of high quality, we are still going up against 288 of their divisions, which is a bit terrifying. In the north, we've also got the combined army, so we've got, let's have a look, 49 to 58, 42 to 51, and 33. So we've got well over 100 and probably, I don't know, well, there's no exact number there, so I can say we're definitely facing over 110 units, definitely, which could possibly result in us having a bit of a hard time. But that said, this is why all these dudes are here, because we'll be fighting pretty intensely on the front. More importantly, though, once we've secured this thing, these guys, the veteran armies, well, admittedly, I would have loved some motorized infantry. They're only going to be beneficial for, like, the first third of the campaign. And eventually, what I'll do is I'll basically get them to about here, delete their previous orders, tell them to set up and make ready with all the other dudes who are now part of it, and literally just charge down the line towards this point Whereupon then we can fight towards the edge of their territory here, Mr. Lone Tree territory, and then Bob's your uncle sorted. That will be then gone. And with all the Bellingham, once we've dealt with these dudes, we can pretty much kind of push past it. And, they could navally invade, and that's a big flank problem. That is a very big problem. Well, we do need to come up with QRFs, which will be motorized groups. So I'll build up some QRF here, and we'll build up some QRFs maybe around here and here to try and stop them from invading. I mean, hopefully by this point, we've got enough divisions in our army to try and force them to, well, force. God damn it. What's wrong with this? It is a core of the United States. Yeah, we got that to have to deal with, which I'm not looking forward to. But still, we've got a big plan, and it's going to hopefully be quite strong, and it's going to be quite awesome. We're building up throughout all of these areas as well. We're slowly but surely getting all of the infrastructure up, so my resources are going to be... Yeah, every time we do a little bit, it's just going to be a little bit better, and we're more or less there. A lot of these areas are now finally getting buffed to maximum, and now with the territories we've claimed as well, we've got a little bit more work to do. There you go, see? Still got some more stuff to build. And to be honest with you, with with these places, we've got a lot of work ahead of us. And who knows, if we successfully win the war against Caesar's Legion quick enough, maybe I'll do a little bit of a bonus addition to the series and take on the Mexicans with all the new resources that we have, which I'm looking forward towards. Like all of these dudes. Oh my god. I don't know what it is about this game, but there is something about just strategy games in general. I have a thing for being able to improve the supplies and like see a thing to build up to. Like, ironically, building up to something is far more satisfying than actually having it all built up. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice to have the the finished results as well, but for some reason the build-up is just as exciting as the result. And to see all of these things in progress with my economy as it is, this is going to be fucking awesome, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing whatever kind of shit will happen in our direction. But I still want to have a fuckload more resources to put into my thing, which is why... Any more? I don't see any blatantly obvious ones. Unless... Oh, no, hang on. We got a couple left. Perfect. Okay. And yeah, now we... You thought we were done. Nice, nice. Right, well, we're about to... I think I'll wrap this episode up once we've justified and gotten the things for it. When did we get that thing? November. Yeah, that's fine. That'll be a good point to end it on. We've got shitloads of factories still working on that as well, which is nice. Basic foundries. Nice, nice. I still need to core a whole bunch of states as well, which is a bit of a depressing factor. Yeah, that's going to be so much fun. Like, I'm going to be so happy to see that. Who's... Oh yeah, you're training, aren't you? Right. And stop. Stop training. Right, you... I think we should probably train a few more Panzer divisions. 8, I'd say. 8 divisions. There we go. That way this army in the north will be good. You guys will be good. You guys will be good. T-45D! My favourite version of the power armour. Right, you. Flying Fortress. Before the Pridwin, basically. And then, yeah. Question. Because we're building up our troops so well, once we get the next thing, does that mean we get to benefit from certain things? Because we've got Port Aradesh, which is where? Oh yeah, you're in the south, aren't you? Yeah, that's fine. Seattle outskirts, we're getting a new Enclave army. Blythe as well. Right. When are these new troops arriving? Seattle outskirts. When are you done? October. So you guys will be pretty much fresh off the beat as well, which is enjoyable, I'd say. Enclave army and that. Okay. Right, your job will be... So once we've taken care of Bellingham, we'll start the process of going down the focus trees. Because what we're going to do after that is we're going to go Operation Brutus. And then we'll do from the bottom up, which will give us an extra benefit. We'll have plant weapons cache, which will improve our legitimacy because we're trying to remove their Caesars. Their slaves, which is important. And... armed slaves. Dropping off energy weapons from Verdworth outweighs slave barracks, and the most satisfying thing an Enclave has ever done. Operation Spartacus. Issue the second Emancipation Proclamation. Amen to that. See, the thing is, my democracy isn't perfect, and we do have moments of us being dicks to other neighbours. But you know, I think it's only fair that such a thing. We have our moments, but I think it's also quite good. That war's still going on. I want to look at the overview. Have a look at the overview. God damn you. God damn it. Right. Start the speed up for it. See, at least we've got a massive production on this going now. I just wish we could, like, change the economy, partial mobilization. I want war economy. That'd be so nice, but no. I think the only place we're going to get that kind of thing is if we went to war with the Mexicans. I would just like that, to be honest with you. Because everyone else could do their closed economy, so why can't I? Wasting half of my resources. Ugh, it'd be so nice. Imagine all of these resources. That said, we got fuckloads of metal. That's actually a good point. You guys have a shitload of those as well. Right, where are you dudes? Right, in the north, we've got a new dude who unfortunately won't be able to be part of any particular thing. Yeah, you guys are, you're a commanding officer. I think it would be fair to have that dude in, even though he's got nothing about him. We'll recruit maybe a couple more troops. It's a very hard habit to kick. New Enclave army. What can I recruit? Oh, I can train more power armor units.
Yay! 1.
Oh no, wait, no. Yay, 2. Right, okay. We're still going to declare war and fight the Bellingham joint. It's just these guys are going to get slightly buffed in that regard. They're just reserves. Actually, truth be told, we could probably do with QRF dudes. Right, so the first bunch of QRFs will go here. And we'll recruit 10 divisions worth of those dudes. Really? Low manpower. Considering the fact that we're going to get loads more other dudes. I know we've got loads more dudes than we used to, but still. Right. Right, well I want to try and be relatively quick to react to you know, invasion-wise. I'll put some troops here in North Passage, and we'll do the same thing. 10 divisions worth of infantry. Actually, no, 12. We'll do 12. So what we're going to have is these two armies are going to be known as the QRS, and what that means, what they're going to do is if any of the new Caesar's Legion tries to do any kind of naval invasions, we'll be able to send these QRFs to quickly react and nuke anyone inside those particular perimeters. That way then we could probably find ourselves able to deal with, like, be able to rapidly deal with any kind of naval invasion to stop them from doing whatever. And then whilst they're being trained up, we'll then go down the whole like Operation Brutus, and then from the bottom up, and then Part Weapons Cache and Operation Spartacus. We'll get that. Brilliant. So, there we go, guys. Here is the near moments before the final plunge of the series, whereupon then we will decide whether or not to go for the army to the south. That'll be a pretty awesome fight, not gonna lie. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next episode. This is Mr. Jaeger signing out. Have a good